I hope, it's my wish, that each and every one of us will take some chances, that we will lay it on the line. When I was in Hawaii last week with my family on vacation, we had lunch one day at this restaurant out on the beach, and a Hawaiian came out and he did a set on the guitar, and halfway through his set, he stopped and he goes, "This is New Year's Day," and he stopped and he goes, "So how your New Year's resolutions going so far?" And he goes, "Mine's going great. I resolved to eat more and drink more." Those are, you see, Jesus said, "Be in the world, not of the world." Those are resolutions of the world. If we make resolutions of the world, it's going to be easy. How much support do you think eat more and drink more people get from the culture in which we live, of the world? Jesus said, make resolutions of the Spirit, not of the world. How many images do you think we are surrounded by in a year, week, month that tell us to eat more and drink more? Yeah. Not to mention all the shallow, hollow pursuits of wasting our money, time, and energy that lead nowhere. The images never stop. We're here to step into resolving things of the Spirit. It's a little more difficult because the culture, our surroundings, the world, as Jesus said, would like to keep our vibration down. But you see, if he had resolved to eat less and drink less, he may have even got some ribbing from his friends. You know, it's like, no, come on, you know, we want to go have some beers with you and drink our pretzels and whatever it is, you know, because that's the drink our pretzels and eat our ale. We shed light on the reason we're afraid of truly becoming the light we are here meant to be. And I can sum up in one statement: the brighter the light, the bigger the bugs. The brighter the light, the bigger the bugs. My great friend, teacher, Jack Boland, used to say this: wherever the Christ is risen, the Christ will be crucified. The brighter the light, the bigger the bugs. Whatever it is that we wish to do, be, become, have, the bugs will show up. They'll come. The brighter the light, the bigger the bugs. A congregant recently said to me, he said, the more I begin to embody the incredible truth, to live from the Spirit, the more I find myself drifting away from my current set of friends. Now, sometimes it's very subtle. It's not always so obvious, but it's very subtle. That vibration was keeping him from breaking through into something new. And no matter what it is that we wish to do, be, and become, there will be those who will be threatened by that shift, that change, that would rather keep the vibration down. If you want to lose weight in the new year, and I'll just use that as a metaphor. A lot of people want to lose a little weight, but it's a great metaphor for change, because change is different, is difficult. But if you want to lose weight, and you're going to the club, there will be those who will go, oh, come on, go to a movie with me. And not only will they take you to a movie, but they're going to buy you the box of popcorn, the big box. And they're going to put butter on it. No, not the butter. Don't you hate it when he goes, would you like butter with that? Yes, no. Yes, no. No, yes, I don't know. Avoid the butter. Say no to the butter. Butter is of the world. Just stay back. Get back from the butter. If you want to go and enroll in school and become something new and follow a dream and do something you've never done, but your heart's always called you to do it, so you're going to follow that passion, there will be some who will be threatened by that. What we need to understand is we lay it on the line. There will be those who will be threatened, because what happens is the brighter we come, the greater our light, the more we shine, the more we actually shine light on those people's greatest fear, which is that they're wasting their life. And life wasters don't want to do it alone. They want to take as many people as they can because they feel a lot better about wasting their life. Don't do it. Keep shining your light and transform that bug into a lightning bug, into a firefly, so the two of you can shine the light. And sometimes it's family and friends, you know, that we're close to. Do you know that in the New Testament, it says that Jesus could not perform miracles in his hometown? Wow. The reason why, I can just imagine it. I mean, here he is, and he's getting brighter and brighter and lighter as his life goes on, and he practices, and he learns more, and the people come around and go, what do you think you are? You're a carpenter boy. Go make a chair or a table. Quit shining. You should be spending your time making stuff. Who do you think you are? And so Jesus had to literally get the hell out of Dodge so that he could step truly into his light. And it says that when he came back, he still couldn't perform miracles. Even his light was turned down. When he came home, oh, the carpenter boy's back. Why don't you carve us a little table? And he's like, his light got turned down. Because it can be even family or friends. But realize and recognize when it happens, it's because your light is shining on their life and they're going, oh my God. And they don't want to see it. But keep shining that light. Don't let them bring your light down. Use your light to raise them up. Transform that bug into a firefly, into a lightning bug, so the both of you can move into the light. Now, the degree to which we experience significance and change and success in our life as we move forward into the light is the degree to which we will experience the bugs. That's how it works. So I'm going to tell a story right now. And as soon as you know who I'm speaking of, yell out the name. When this kid was 13 years old, this kid found out that he had quite a talent for messing around with electronics. By the time... Ka-ching! They won't all be that easy. And when he graduated from high school, he got into Harvard, went through Harvard, and then he had a crazy wacko idea. So he dropped out of Harvard and started a business in his garage. And people said, cuckoo, crazy, what are you doing? Wasting your life, you're a nutcase, crazy, bugs, bugs, bugs. So in his garage with a friend named Paul Allen, they started to make a business. What's the name of that business? Microsoft. And because they were willing to lay it all on the line, to take every chance, to do something nuts, to do something crazy, to take a chance and lay it all out there, he became the richest man in the world. And because he's the richest man in the world, he's attacked constantly. People curse his name on a regular basis when their operating systems don't work. But do they praise his name when it does work? That's my question. I doubt it. I doubt it. You see, because he was willing to risk everything and really live his life and take a chance and use his talents for where his heart was, he's given the world a great gift. And because he was willing to do that, he became the richest man in the world. But now that he's the richest man in the world, what's he doing with all that wealth? He's giving every penny away. Do you know that right now through the Bill Gates and Melinda Foundation, he's giving away right now $29.8 billion to children. It is his vision to eradicate and eliminate all childhood diseases from the planet and to transform the educational system of our country and the world. He's doing God's work. And he gets attacked all the time. I was having dinner with some friends of mine who are spiritual seekers, they're into, and we started talking, and the conversation led to Bill Gates, and they started to say, oh, the evil empire, and he's such a greedy curmudgeon. And I was like, you know what, I had to be frank. Even though I'm Barry, I changed. I said, now, I'm frank. And I simply said, you know what, I can't participate in this conversation because I do not see it that way. I believe he's a guy who gave the world an incredible gift because he took a chance, he invested his life in it, and we've all benefited from it. And do you know how much money he's giving away? And I told them all that, and they were just like, what? They were regurgitating big bug ideas from big bugs. Can you imagine the number of false friends that Bill Gates has? It staggers the mind. And the number of true enemies that would probably love to just destroy him, probably people he made rich, people he allowed into his dream who maybe they disagreed with, and therefore he's wrong. I say, God bless Bill Gates. Together, God bless Bill Gates! Now I would suggest that if there's even just a little teensy-weensy, minuscule, microscopic part of our brain that had a problem saying that, I suggest it's the bug in us. It's the part of us that might be just a little spiteful, a little small, a little, why does he get all that and I don't get any? Just that little, we must eradicate that part of our mind, because as long as any even part of us feels that way, we're limiting the universe. We're saying there's not enough. We're saying that's not fair. And by doing that, we're keeping ourselves from allowing the good to come into our life. We're putting up a barrier to keep the greatness, the good, the wonder, and the joy, and the success, and the abundance from coming to us. We must get rid of every little part of ourselves. As long as we're thinking that way, we're keeping ourselves from our good, and we're stopping the evolution of consciousness of humanity, of allowing the good. celebrate the good of others. I celebrate the good of others. Together, I celebrate the good of others. I want all others to flourish. Together, I want all others to flourish. Jack Boland, this guy right here who recognized that wherever the Christ has risen, the Christ will be crucified. This is a true story. Now, before he had his church, he was pretty messed up. He was a practicing alcoholic. He was the king of practicing alcoholics. And he would drive around his car, and he kept a shovel in his trunk. Okay? Always. Because he knew he was going to kill his brother-in-law. And he just wanted to be ready to dispose of the evidence. This is a fact. So he drove around in this beater car with a shovel in the trunk for the day when he would come and he would kill him. And he was ready to bury him just to get rid of him. Well, one day, then he got into Alcoholics Anonymous. One day he drove up to a street light, and his brother-in-law pulled up in a brand new Cadillac. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. But it didn't. Because he had been doing his work, and he looked and saw his brother-in-law in a brand new Cadillac, and all of a sudden he felt an overwhelming sense of peace and joy for his brother. And in that moment, he knew he could take the shovel out of his trunk because he had dug out the part of him that wanted to hurt his brother. He actually felt glad, happy that he was happy. I'm happy he's happy. Together, I'm happy he's happy. So the question for each and every one of us is who might that be in our own lives? Who's our brother-in-law? Who's the person maybe that we'd rather they feel a little pain? Because as long as we feel that way, we're keeping ourselves from experiencing the joy of life. And if you reach happiness, they may be jealous, be happy anyway. Don't be the jealous one. Don't be the spiteful one. Be the one that's happy anyway, shining that light, stepping into that light. The Bible says it like this. It's God's great pleasure to give us the kingdom. And I truly believe that the way we allow ourselves to accept the kingdom of heaven in our lives is to begin to celebrate the joy and the successes and the good of all other human beings. Because if we're celebrating someone else's good, then we're experiencing their good in our hearts. And it overflows. Ubuntu, oneness, one mind, one consciousness. And as we begin to celebrate everyone's good, then it begins to be pushed down, overflowing. That's the way God welcomes in and brings us the kingdom of heaven in our lives. There's no perfection, but excellence is all you want to go for. A congregant recently said something to me. She said this to me: in the face of excellence, mediocrity becomes vicious. But as Bill and Ted said in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, be excellent anyway! Dude.